household family members
So I'll call out the offensive starters here once we get things going. I'll go over, I'll say starting lineups for offense and defense. I'll call out. Of our matchup between the 1-1 Washington Patriots and your 1-1 Kaiser Golden Tornado. I am Christopher Welch, and my broadcast partner is Mr. Matt Shipway.
How you doing, Chris? Nice night for football tonight, isn't it?
Oh yeah, man, it's absolutely gorgeous. Good weather. You know, we talk about playing football in the COVID era and not seeing a whole lot of people in the stands, but if you kind of peek out and look around up by the fence line, you got probably 30, 40 people out there just watching along the fences.
Oh, yeah. People are really jonesing to watch some football and have a little bit of fall evening normalcy. Yep.
Yeah, and along with that, we have this wonderful opportunity set up through us with Allegheny Media to do this broadcast, bring football to the people at home and in our local community. This was done in 3 weeks, man.
Right.
I mean, 3 weeks. And I want to give a shout out to our people at the Belt Group who donated a generator for our production bus, which I got to tell you, man, that thing is like a spy van.
It is. It's really neat.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the amount of work that went into preparation with this, they've done fantastic. Everywhere from Allegheny Media to all the sponsors and donations that we've had along the way.
Right. Yeah, and it's really it's come together. It's one of those things where you feel it's ambitious, and you're like, can we do this? Can we do this? And then it all just comes together, and people pitch in, and you get a lot of help from the community. A lot of people want to, even down to us, and being available to take on the job to bring football to everyone who, unfortunately can't be here because it is limited seating, just limited to household family and grandparents of the players, which is understandable. However, if you're jonesing for a little bit of football and you can't make it down here to Kaiser to sit up on the hill, at least you can watch here and listen to us talk about it.
Yeah. So with all this, we got the whole process. They're 2 weeks in. Both teams sitting at 1-1. Kaiser, they're going through a complete change with going with a new head coach.
Right.
They got Derek Stevens taking over the helm with Sean Beiser, who has been here for many years. Really implanted his footprint into what Kaiser football is, and now Stevens is kind of taking over the helm. And from what I've seen with talking to the coaching staff, talking to the kids, it's been a very, very easy transition. Mm-hmm. And they seem to be enjoying things, given the circumstances of everything going on in society right now.
Right.
But I feel that all in all, the football aspect of it has been a very smooth transition for them.
Right, and you hit the nail on the head. I mean, not only are they going through the transition of a coaching staff, and of course, Coach Beiser been here for a long time and just had a great program set up, and what's going to happen, what's going to change, how is it going to be, and everything. And so you've got that transition piece, and then to top all that off, you've got the screwiest preseason, or lack of preseason, really, where aside from doing a quick practice run before the season started, you really didn't get to see the fruits of that, that labor until game time almost, you know.
Yeah.
So you tack all that together, and but that's good that the players have responded well to that. Kids are resilient. They just want to play football, and Coach Stevens seems like that, he's kind of got things squared away, and he's ready to go, and the kids are ready to play for him.
Oh, for sure. And with that, they're coming off of a loss. Kaiser lost to Oakland last week. Washington had beat Berkeley Springs pretty soundly. I believe
Right.
it was like a 50-plus point win for them.
Right.
So with that, the biggest thing that I've read about this Washington team is that they run a single wing offense.
Right.
So I don't know if you're aware with what the single wing is. We run it down at the youth level with a group of kids that we coach with.
Right.
Basically what it is there's no quarterback.
Right.
You got 4 separate backs that can get the ball, and it's very, very tight sets, very strong, dominant running the ball. And that's going to be the biggest challenge, I believe, for this Kaiser team is finding a counter to that straight downhill old school football.
Right. Yeah, and with the single wing, you can use a little bit of motion and stuff too. Now Kaiser, Kaiser is familiar with motion. They're definitely familiar with running the ball historically. But yeah, you're right, with a little bit different look. A lot of times, that single wing, some people call that the wildcat look.
Yeah.
And it's speed and motion and quick, and it's who's going to get the ball, who's going to be taking it off this time, is he going to hand it off, is he going to keep it, and then watching the outside, for any kind of jet sweeps out of that wildcat kind of form.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the biggest ones that are going to have the toughest assignment with it is going to be with our linebackers and corners, I believe, because with the single wing, you get so much work to the outside corners, and with lead blockers, I mean, you can run a sweep and have 3-4 guys leading out.
Right.
if it's ran properly. So it's really going to be up to the assignment of our linebackers getting to the edges and our corners maintaining, the outside to make sure that they don't get gouged for any big plays tonight.
Right. Yeah, they're making sure that they're keying on, watching their keys and not getting sucked into the motion, and and also you got to watch the over pursuing. Not a lot of times that you're going to see a far side linebacker come around and catch the play from behind on a single wing play. It's already gone before that guy on the other side is reacting. So he's going to have to stay home, watch where the ball is going without biting too soon.
Also want to announce to you guys that our scoreboard integration that we have provided for you tonight is being brought to you by the Wheelhouse Academy, and I believe we have a little clip here for you for Wheelhouse. Big shout out to the Wheelhouse Academy for everything they do, providing athletic training to kids in the community. I know a couple kids that are involved with our youth football that also do baseball and basketball stuff through Wheelhouse, and they absolutely love it, man.
Oh yeah, and it's an awesome facility. I've known the Coldwells that have started that and ran that, and they've got a really unique facility to this area that I think the community is really starting to realize how much of an asset that is to their kids that want to get better at sports and and do really well. It's really concentrated. They've got some great staff that know what they're talking about, and they're not just running agility drills. They're actually teaching really good stuff there.
Oh, I agree 100%. Well, I had a small conversation with some of the coaching staff last night. Kind of talk about their preparation going into this, coming into a game off of a loss, what their plan was, and they preached me 3 separate ideals. First off, physicality. You're going against a single wing. You have to be tough. You have to play inside, and you have to really get after the ball.
Right.
Second one, assignment football, man. I mean, like you said, you got to watch the backside on those reverses. You have to play the outside edges to prevent those big, long, extended plays to the outside. And then another one that they really preached me was gap control. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're talking about the single wing and plowing the ball up the middle on them all day. You have to control your gaps for the interior linemen to not just let things get blown out of the water.
Right. Yeah, and you've got to make sure that your linebackers are there to take on the take on the play once it gets through the line. You're going to match up head to head right on the line, and if you've got somebody filling that gap or you miss a gap assignment, linebackers have to be attentive. They've got to be paying attention to this game. They're not going to really be necessarily dropping back into coverage, and they're not going to necessarily have to worry about the deep pass, most likely.
Yeah.
So they've got to be paying attention, and linebackers are really critical against this single wing type of offense.
Well, then that's another thing is that Kaiser has to watch out for is, from the games I've been watching previously, they've been really getting hurt on the deep ball. Mm-hmm. The passing game, needs to be crisped up a little bit on the defensive end, and the thing about the single wing is they lure you in so much with the run that sometimes they'll catch you and they'll run a sweep and you think it's going out wide and then they're throwing that ball deep.
Right, yeah. And looking out there, they got a couple tall guys out there that are probably could jump up and take the ball away on a pass. We got the national anthem coming to you from the Kaiser High School Band.
For tonight's Kaiser Golden Tornado offense. At quarterback tonight, we have Mr. Gavin Root, fullback Dre Allen, running back Samuel Bradfield, wingback Zion Powell. At tight end, we have Braden Keller, tackle Vito Amoruso, guard Gabe Ryan, center Bradley Summers, guard Jake Bonner, tackle Luke Anderson, and then tight end Damian Emmerich.
Okay. And then for the Kaiser defense, got some guys playing double duty. Two corners are going to be Gavin Root and Seth Healy. Safety is Sammy Bradfield. Their linebacking crew is going to be Benny Oates, Caden Youngblood, Chase Evans, and Zion Powell. Your two defensive ends will be Gabe Ryan and Dre Allen. And your tackle is Vito Amoruso and Parker Anderson and Seth Ernest doing the kicking duties.
Looks like we have the Golden Tornado making their way to the field.
Yeah, you'd never know by if you're not looking at the stands. It just feels like a normal old football night here. The sounds and the pageantry and all that is still there.
Which, I mean, we still have a bunch of people down here in the stand, family members that were allowed to attend the game. Here we got the Golden Tornado making their way to the tune of some AC/DC.
Yeah, a little thunderstruck. Here come your Golden Tornado. We want to quickly run down through the Washington starting lineup too, or have you do the offense on that one, and we'll get ready for our kickoff.
For the Washington offense tonight, we have at quarterback, we have a double duty, kind of going with a dual quarterback system here with Frankie Amore and Thomas Wogan. At fullback, we have Colton Childress, and at the halfback positions, we have Ethan Cockrell and Bryson Fleming. Wingback, we have Joseph Vrabel. Tight end, Jimmy Williams. At tackle, we have Adam Sharp. Guard, Ethan Pesci. Center, Zach Wharton. Guard, Jaden McCartney. Tackle, Fleetwood White. And wide receiver, we have Tyler Mezenzal.
And we're watching the coin toss here. We'll take a look at this before we read off the Washington defensive starters. And I believe Kaiser has won the toss and deferred to the second half, is what it looks like. And Washington will be starting on offense, running from right to left across your TV screen. I'm used to doing radio and having to describe the what we never forget. People
going really
can
in depth
see
with
the they can see what we're looking at. Washington defense, your starting lineup is your corners Joseph Vrabel and Frankie Amore. Your safeties are Bryson Fleming and Thomas Wogan. Linebacking crew, 3 linebackers, Colton Childress, Austin Sharp, and Tyler Mizenzal. We have defensive ends, Ethan Pesci and Fleetwood White. Love that name. Fleetwood is a great name. And your defensive tackles, Ethan Quigley and Zach Wharton, and their head coach is Glenn Simpson.
Also want to announce that tonight's kickoff is brought to you by First People's Community Federal Credit Union.
It is definitely a nice, cool night here, and it's a little cloudy and stuff earlier, but it has really cleared up. I know it's not technically fall yet, but this is fall weather for you.
Seth Ernest on the kick, squibs it out, and tackled by number 23 Hunter Van Pelt. Washington will start the ball at around the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell if that was a sort of a missed kick or if that just kind of went off the side of his foot or if they were just trying to keep it away from someone who's pretty speedy in the back there.
Washington lining up out of the single wing set. Ball being taken out wide. Jump pass. What a wonderful catch.
They're going to say he was out of bounds. I can't see if the
feet
ball
were
hit the ground.
just barely out of bounds.
Yeah.
Wonderful attempt on the grab there, though.
Oh, yeah, little jump pass.
We're going to have 2nd and 10 here at around the 41-yard line. Frankie Amore, man in motion, running a little bit of a spin. Tackled on the play by Gavin Root.
He got a little bit of running room there and got through the line, but the linebacker did what he needed to do. And actually, the cornerback that time came up from the secondary. They're playing pretty tight on the ball.
Yeah, Bryson Fleming on that spin series, that can be really deceptive.
Right.
Center making his way to the ball. Man in motion. Amore keeps the ball, and he is gobbled up there at the line by a herd of tornadoes.
Yeah, Kaiser linemen, they were ready for that one. They just kind of stood the offensive line up and
looked like a little bit of a read option type play.
Yeah.
he tried to take it up the middle, and Kaiser was prepared for that one.
Right.
Here we are at about 4th and 6. They're going to be punting away to Hunter Van Pelt and Zion Powell. Snap is back. Punt is up. Hunter Van Pelt collects, and he is brought down around the 34-yard line. Tackled by Bryson Fleming on the play.
One of our first quarter sponsors, want to mention, is Coldwell Banker and Hometown Realty. So if you're looking to buy or sell, check out Coldwell Banker and Hometown Realty.
Hand off to Dre Allen on the play. He's bouncing around a little bit. He gets up to about the 39-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards. Kaiser going right back to the ball.
Running it quick.
Root back in shotgun. Man in motion is Powell. Hand off to Powell out wide. He's making a couple cuts. He's bouncing around. He's taking off. And he is brought down just barely by the ankles around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he did a really good job out there, just kind of letting his lead blockers pave the way for him.
Tackled on the play by Joseph Rabel. Kaiser once again going right to the ball. Man in motion is Powell. Hand off to Powell again. Tries bouncing it out wide. Nice hard collision on the play there by number 14, Joseph Robel.
Yeah, and there's sometimes you're going to get to the outside and you're not going to necessarily have the room to break it away, so you lower your shoulder and put down the boom, and you make that guy kind of think twice about being in your way again.
This time, Root under center. Handoff on the play to Dre Allen. Takes it up the field for a couple-yard gain. Going to have 3rd and 1, Kaiser. Tackled on the play by number 18, Tyler Mezazol. Handoff to number 33, Sammy Bradfield. It's going to be close here going into 4th down.
Yeah, Kaiser's doing a good job at keeping Washington on their heels by running this quick game like that. And that time it's just a really good tackle by the lineman, just squared up against the runner.
Still short of the line to gain. It is 4th and 1. Root under center. Hands the ball off to Dre Allen, who's quickly swallowed up.
I think he got enough for the first down. Looked like he was driven back after he made the first down. Yep.
First down for Kaiser here, going into the red zone. Double handoff, given to Zion Powell. Powell tackled on the play by Austin Sharp. Kaiser lining up with 2 receivers out wide right. Root rolling out. He's going to tuck it in. He's going to run up in. And he is just short of the goal line.
Just short. He did that little pump fake, and the linebacker hesitated just a second, but he was able to recover and make the tackle right at the half-yard line.
Kaiser going quick back to the ball. Root under center. And he's going to sneak it in, and touchdown, Golden Tornado.
It's a half-yard plunge over the line for the quarterback.
Gavin Root with the quarterback sneak to take it in. Put Kaiser up 6-0 here in the first. Seth Ernest back for the kick. His holder is Seth Healy.
Looks like they got a personnel issue going on here. Missing
is the long
missing a snapper. It's hard to kick the ball when you don't have a snapper out there.
Snap is back, and the kick is good. So with 7:39 here in the first quarter, Kaiser Golden Tornado are up 7-0 against the Washington Patriots.
Hey, Kaiser really, they were aided by the long run as well, but they showed some really good ability to push against the defensive line there and sort of establish that running game pretty easily. Averaging four yards a carry aside from the long run is pretty good upfront domination of your offensive line.
Banker, Hometown Realty in Kaiser, West Virginia. I've been with Coldwell Banker for 3 years now, servicing West Virginia and Western Maryland. I've helped dozens of people and families find their perfect home in West Virginia. Isn't it time we found yours? So give me a call, shoot me a text, or look me up online. West Virginia is a beautiful place. Isn't it time you realized your dream and almost had? Hi, I'm...
Our first quarter is again brought to you by Coldwell Banker, one of our great local agents there. Kick is off, and he is pushed back. Joseph Roble receives the kick and is just met with a gang of tornadoes on the play. Washington will start off with the ball around the 31-yard line.
See if Washington comes out and tries to exploit Kaiser biting too hard on the run. They're playing pretty tight to the ball, but
they do have one man split out wide. And he is absolutely swallowed up on the play.
Yeah, nothing happening in the middle there. Kaiser's got the middle pretty well.
Gabe Ryan absolutely filled that gap on the play.
Yeah, they've got the middle kind of sealed up.
Thomas Wogan was really looking for a gap on that one, just could not find it.
No.
Washington coming back out. They've maintained pretty much the same formation throughout so far.
They really have.
Snap, he's going out wide. Makes a couple man miss, but is brought down on the outside. Frankie Amore on the carry.
That was a good tackle by Malachi Blow out there. He had a little head of steam going in there, but he stayed with him and made sure to get him down because he had some real estate out there if he got past him.
It was the exact same thing that we were talking about in pregame about playing your assignment.
Right.
He maintained the outside edge and made a good open field tackle on the play.
Right.
This time, Washington coming out with 3 men wide. Frankie Amore, lone man in the backfield, throws out wide. Tackled by Gavin Root. Tyler Mezazol made a good catch, but Gavin Root was there to meet him.
And Kaiser was playing pretty tight. They didn't really have any safeties back. They were playing tight up on them, and it's hard to get a whole lot of yardage whenever you're doing, when you want to do a quick out pass like that, and you're being guarded that closely, you're going to get tackled and hit pretty quickly.
Washington coming out here at around 4th and 1, around the 40-yard line.
Looks like they're
in a double tight set here out of the single wing handoff, and he finds a little bit of running space, and he is still driving, he is still moving, pushing the pile.
Wow. That was effort.
Thomas Wogan put the team on his back, literally, and carried them for a first down on that one.
That's right. And Kaiser was caught a little off guard. Zion Powell was back and punt, to receive the punt, and was looking over at the sideline and didn't realize they were stacked up and ready to run the ball. So he got up there a little late. So sort of one less man out there defending.
Coming back out in your traditional single wing formation. Snap to Amore. Handoff on the play. He is bouncing out wide, and he is shoving off some tornado defenders, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bryson Fleming.
41-yarder there, and boy, I'm not real fast, but I probably could have run through that hole. That was a really big hole off the outside.
Terrific work there by the Washington offensive line to create the gap needed. And then Bryson Fleming with doing the rest of the work, kind of maintaining the Tornado defenders off of him so he can walk into the end zone on that one.
Right. Yeah, he had good field recognition and ran well, and then just outran the last guy that could have got him.
Number 24, Griffin Price, is back for the kick. Snap is down. And the kick is good. So here we are with 4:49 left in the first quarter. It is all knotted up here, 7-7 between Kaiser and Washington.
Right.
Yeah, Kaiser, that was the main thing that they were preaching here going into the game was gap assignment, and I don't know whose assignment that was, but it was blown out. Once again, this game is powered by the Belt Corporation. Belt Group doing a great job providing us a generator to power our production bus for tonight's broadcast.
Yeah, you're right. That's definitely like something out of a spy movie. That production bus is pretty sweet. I like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, and the amount of work put into it by the Allegheny Media team has been nothing short of phenomenal. As we line up here for the ensuing kickoff here.
As a reminder, our kickoff is brought to you by First People's Community Federal Credit Union.
Back for the kick is Hunter Van Pelt and Zion Powell. And number 24, Griffin Price, lining up for the kickoff.
We haven't seen Washington kick yet, so we'll see what kind of kicking a game. Kaiser hasn't been kicking it real deep, so we'll see what Washington's going to do.
Ooh, short little squib
trickery.
kick. This goes through the hands of the Kaiser defender and recovered by Washington. Number 1, Ethan Cockrell in the recovery.
I don't know if that was planned or not, but it was perfectly executed. I mean, it went literally into the dead space where there was no one at all.
Big momentum swing here.
Yeah.
Washington will start off after that kickoff recovery. We'll have the ball here at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I really think that, I think he was trying to squib that short, but it just kind of went off the side of his foot, and there was no one within about it was 10-yard radius.
Hand off to number 25, Fleming. And he is tackled down on the play by number 64, Gabe Ryan.
And that was pretty much the same play they scored off of when they ran on the last play of the previous possession. And that time Kaiser was more ready for it.
In the backfield, number 2, Thomas Wogan. Wogan takes a snap, powering up the middle, and he is brought down on the play. Luke Anderson and Gabe Ryan on the tackle on the play.
That's the thing with this single wing kind of formation like that is you're the quarterback, the tailback, and the fullback, basically, if you get the ball. You're going to go straight.
Yeah, no matter where you're at, you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you do.
You really have to have a Swiss Army knife at every position in that backfield.
You do.
2 men out wide right, 1 to the left. Back is number 7, Frankie Amore. And penalty on the play. We have a false start against Washington on the play. Back them up 5 yards. So now Washington trying to get a first down here on 3rd and 10.
First penalty of the game, which is not bad considering they've really only had 2 games of didn't have all off season to really get your timing down and all that. So not too bad. We've only got one penalty.
2 men out wide. Make that 3 to the right side.
I'm going to get a timeout called, I think.
Seemed to be a little bit of confusion there on the offensive side for Washington. So here we are with 3:09 in the first quarter. Kaiser 7, Washington 7. It has been actually a pretty good, strong matchup between both of these teams right now.
It really has, and they've been aided by some long runs and some good off tackle running and the short game. And you're right, the momentum swing from that the
kickoff.
shall we say unintentional onside kick. The momentum swing could have been pretty devastating for Kaiser to think, oh great, but they've done a really good job of pretty much holding them right to where they've been since they got the recovery.
Now Washington looking to go back under center here on 3rd and 10. Still seems to be a little bit of confusion here on the offensive side.
Yeah, I think they might have been ready to go, but the timeout wasn't necessarily over yet, so the ref had to pull them back and rein them in a little bit.
And here we are with 3 receivers out wide right. Snap back to Amore. He is rolling out, and he throws the ball just off the fingertips of the receiver.
That's hard to do when you're running to your right and you're throwing and you're a right-handed quarterback. Momentum. If you don't get to practice that too much, your momentum's going to kind of
push it further out.
Ball out further, and it was a nice effort trying to stay in bounds and catch the ball, but just a little too far wide right.
Well, Washington got a little lucky on that kickoff and managed to get the possession back, but here we are now at 4th and 10.
Probably go for it, being on this side of the 50. Looks like it. Yeah. Well, last time they looked like they weren't going to punt, and this time, they switched it around.
Got a nice little sky kick up in the air. Ball rolling down to about the 18-yard line. Flags down on the field. Illegal formation on Washington.
They had 3 guys back there blocking and the punter. They must have someone backed up off the line a little bit.
Yeah, they called 5 men in the backfield, so Kaiser will get the extra 5 yards there off of the penalty.
They definitely dodged the bullet. They're holding Washington without taking advantage of it.
Root under center, motion man is Powell. Hand off his Powell out wide. He's got a little bit of room, and he is pushed out.
I think we're going to get a low block or something out here. That's a hold.
Penalty against Kaiser on the play will nullify the first down.
Yeah, I think maybe Sammy Bradfield just held on to the cornerback a little bit too long out there and brought him down. The coach and the ref were both standing right next to it looking at it.
Kaiser now getting the ball backed up a little bit here at the 15-yard line. Root under center, motion man. Handoff is to Dre Allen. He's got the feet churning, and he is brought down around the 20-yard line. So he got about 5 back out of it on first down.
And that was earned on Dre Allen's legs right there. He didn't want to go down very quickly.
Root now back in shotgun. Motion man is Powell. Root will keep the ball. He is taken off running, and he is brought down right around the 38-yard line. It will be a first down for the Golden Tornado on the Root keeper.
Yeah, Bryson Fleming, he saved a touchdown there. Root had a head of steam, and Bryson Fleming was able to wrap up his feet.
Root hand off to Dre Allen on the play, and he is bunched up. Gained about maybe 1.5 on the play. Now at about 2nd and, I'd say, 8. Hand the route, rolling out to his left. He throws the ball to a wide open receiver.
Damian Emmerich out there.
Damian Emmerich with the catch. He had nobody within a mile of him on that play.
Not at all. Yeah, that was, and Kaiser could really take advantage of that because they've been really playing a tight run game, and obviously they weren't accounting for all the receivers out there.
Snap back his route, rolling to his right, and he's going to tuck it and keep it.
Gavin Root on the carry.
Gavin Root gains about 5 on the play.
Nice when you have a speedy quarterback like that can, pull the ball in and still hit the side and get you 5 or 6 yards on it.
Root back, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Snap back, quick screen over to Zion Powell. Nice jump cut to the outside. Powell is taken off down the sideline, and he is pushed out of bounds around the 15.
Got a 30-yard run off of that little bubble screen out there.
First down for the Tornado here now inside the red zone. Hand off to Sammy Bradfield.
Sammy Bradfield on the carry.
Made contact there right in the middle by number 2, Thomas Wogan.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Root back, 2 receivers to his right. He rolls right, and he decides to tuck it and keep it, and he is tackled up around the 5-yard line. They basically use those as like an extended run pass option.
Right.
Whether the quarterback decides to tuck and go or make the pass.
Looks like they're going to try and punch this one in here before
As time winds down here in the first. Root, hand off to Dre Allen.
Second effort.
Second effort, shakes off a man, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dre Allen. I thought he was going to be stuffed there for a second, but he shucked off that defender.
That was Fleetwood White there, number 67. He's a big guy, and he had his arms around him, but he just wriggled right out of his grasp and went into the end zone.
Made the extension and got in there.
Yep.
Back now is Seth Ernest with the extra point. Snap back, and the kick is good.
Flag on the play there.
Flag on the kick.
Substitution penalty.
So penalty against Washington will be tacked on to the kick.
We'll give that touchdown run the Timbrook Automotive Group drive of the series there. How about that?
Sounds good. Timbrook Automotive Group providing great automotive
Buying
services
an automobile
to all
isn't supposed
the local area.
to be hard. Hi, I'm Fred Timbrook Jr., and at Timbrook Automotive, we make car buying easy. When you buy from us, you can expect your experience to be transparent and stress-free. For your convenience, we have locations in Cumberland, Oakland, and Kaiser, which means you can get the finest cars at the lowest prices close to home. Visit us today at any of our locations to experience the Timbrook difference, or shop online at timbrook.com.
And now here lining up for the kickoff is Kaiser. Because of the penalty on the extra point, Kaiser will be kicking it off here at about the 45.
And once again, we're having the Seth Ernest is doing the First People's Community Federal Credit Union kickoff here.
Back for Washington is the lone man Fleming.
Oh.
And it is a squib kick.
Don't know that it went 10 yards, though. Oh, they got it back.
Recovered by Washington anyway. I thought that was close. I mean, I've seen a whole bunch of tornadoes down around that thing. Washington making the smart play and player collapsing down on top of it.
I think the Tornado players, they were all around the ball, but they knew none of them could touch it until it went across the other 45-yard line. And the Washington player just jumped in there before they could touch it. If they would have touched it, it would have been a penalty anyway. So good effort, though.
Washington back out on offense out of the single wing set. Snap back to number 7, Amore, and he is tackled on the play. Tackled by Gavin Root and Chase Evans.
I think we're going to have a hold in the backfield. Yep.
Holding against Washington.
Hold on, Washington's going to back them up here.
So I thought that might be the last play of the quarter, but I would assume this will be the last play of the quarter.
Going to back them up a pretty good chunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happened behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And that will be the end of the first quarter with the Kaiser Golden Tornado up 14-7 against the Washington Patriots.
I would like to wish a very special birthday to Kean Ross.
This has been a very strong smash mouth style game between these two teams.
It really has. And while we're doing the changeover, that first quarter was brought to you by Coldwell Banker and Hometown Realty.
So now here as we get ready to roll into the second.
Realtor with Coldwell Banker Hometown Realty in Kaiser, West Virginia. I've been with Coldwell Banker for 3 years now, servicing West Virginia and Western Maryland. I've helped dozens of people and families find their perfect home in West Virginia. Isn't it time we found yours? So give me a call, shoot me a text, or look me up online. West Virginia is a beautiful place. Isn't it time you realized your dream and almost now? Hi.
Logan Del Signor, local agent. I actually just purchased my home through Coldwell Banker here a year ago.
Yeah. I purchased my home many years ago through Coldwell Banker, actually. A long time ago or recently. Coldwell Banker's been around for a while.
So now here as we get ready to roll into the second quarter of tonight's matchup, Kaiser with a touchdown lead against Washington. Washington backed up a little bit here off of that holding call.
Yeah, and I really think, the Kaiser defense has been, after giving up that long run for the touchdown, they've stiffened up a little bit. They're letting some things get through the line, but they are recovering. The linebackers are coming in and making the plays that they need to make. And we'll see if Washington comes out with any different wrinkles or anything like that for this quarter, or if they're going to just keep doing what they've been doing.
Kaiser, a bunch of men up at the line here. A little bit of a counter play back to Wogan, who's going to get a little bit of space out here to the right side. Excuse me, the left side of the field.
Kaiser did a good job of stringing that play out. The Patriots, they did have a lot of blockers out there, but for every blocker that came out, there was another Kaiser defender there to fill up that blocker's time. And, the way that got outside could have went for further, and it only ended up going for about 5.5 yards.
Wilgan, good job on that little hitch step there to get his blockers out in front of him and kind of sell the power on the backside before he countered back to the left. And the snap is back. Bobbled snap. Wogan tackled just past the line of scrimmage. Gabe Ryan. And Gabe is absolutely on a tear at this game tonight. I've called his name a bunch of times already. He is doing a lot of work on that front line.
Yeah, he's been really sliding along with the play as it's been going right or left. Looks like we got a holding call against the Patriots. That'll back them up even further. Nope, they're going to decline it and go ahead with third down.
Kaiser deciding to take the down versus the distance on that one.
Yeah, as long as that yard marker is behind the original
sticks.
line of scrimmage, you might as well.
Now back is Amore with 3 receivers out to his right. Snap is back, and he's throwing it across the middle, and it is caught.
Kind of bobbled that a little bit. That was a good concentration on
Bryson Fleming on the deep crossing route there, makes the catch.
Yeah, Fleming hit off his shoulder pad. He was open. He had the defender beat, but the ball bobbled off his shoulder pad a little bit, and then he was able to pull it in. Good concentration on his part.
So now Washington has the ball up at the Kaiser 26-yard line. And snap back. Ball a little low, but picked up. Amore tries to stretch it out wide, jumps a man, and he is drug out of bounds after a nice gain. Seth Healy pulling him out of bounds there at the end.
Yeah, two of the last three snaps have been kind of low snaps where the quarterbacks had to go down low and scoop it up. Previously, Wogan ran it to the other side. This time Amore came this way and was able to make a little something out of nothing that time. About 11 yards of something out of nothing.
Now 1st and 10 here at about the 15. Snap is back to Wogan. Makes a nice cut. And a good gain of about 7 yards. Tackle on the play by Gavin Root.
I think we got two teams here that are playing very evenly matched. Push a little, give a little, and right now Washington's sort of taking a piece out of the Kaiser playbook and just pushing it right down the field.
Back is Amore. He rolls out to his left. He bounces, and he cuts up in, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Frankie Amore. That's Amore with the touchdown.
Yeah, he looked like the play was going to get strung out there a little bit, but he's pretty quick, and he cut back, and the defender was just a little bit out of position to turn back around and get him.
The corner on that far side kind of cheated in a little bit, and that gave him just enough space to kind of bounce it up and around.
Yep. Got some quick players in the backfield for both of these teams.
And now back for the kick is Griffin Price.
We've got a stoppage. It's encroachment against Kaiser as they blew the play dead, so they might come back out and try and go for two now since they'll be half the distance closer.
Penalty against Kaiser is going to move it up a little bit more. So just as you said, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to sneak a little something in here. Yep, they're going to come out into an offensive set here.
Ooh.
And ball is lost and it's picked up on the other side. And sadly, this is not the NFL where you can run that thing back for 2 points.
Right, because that definitely would have been 2 points. There was no one that was going to catch Zion Powell. But as we've seen, the snaps have been an issue for about 3 snaps out of the last 5 or 6 plays for Washington.
So now here with 10:18 left in the second, the Kaiser Golden Tornado are still up 14-13 against the Washington Patriots.
And your second quarter is brought to you by Fox's Pizza Den. Just had Fox's the other night. Fox's Pizza Den.
We line up here for the ensuing kickoff. I tell you, man, it's funny that we had Fox as one of our sponsors. I had Fox just last night.
Yeah.
I had a pizza, and I absolutely love their ham and cheese wedgies. So.
Yeah, I don't know that there's anything at Fox's I don't really like. Of course, I like pretty much any kind of food. So.
So here we line up here for the kickoff. Back for Kaiser is Zion Powell and Hunter Van Pelt.
Hunter Van Pelt, Zion Powell of the team receiving the Golden Tornado. Griffin Price to kick off.
Griffin Price is going to take care of the First People's Community Federal Credit Union kickoff this time around.
And Griffin Price lining up.
Now, last time he did this, they got a nice little surprise.
And it is a deeper kick on the play. It's going to roll out of bounds.
Washington kick goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
That will be a penalty against Washington. Kaiser is going to start off with a pretty good field position here at the beginning of the second quarter here.
Yeah, it's a different result from the last time he did a kickoff. The last kickoff, they got the ball back, and fortunately for Kaiser, they didn't get any points out of that one.
It's one of the few kind of deeper kicks that we've seen tonight. They've been mostly squibs and kind of onside kicks for most of the evening. Now Gavin Root is back, single back to his right, 3 receivers. And he will shake off of a bunch of defenders. I believe that's Dre Allen on the carry.
Dre Allen just like a wrecking ball out there. There's a late flag that came in on there too in the middle of the field.
Still trying to figure out what the penalty call is here.
Face mask penalty.
Yeah, you'd be right, Matt. Face mask against the Patriots. Golden Tornado here now with a first down off the penalty. Up here at the 46-yard line. Man in motion is Powell. Handoff will be to Powell. Tries to bounce it out wide. He cuts it upfield. And off of a nice cut. Tackled on the play by Austin Sharp. Powell gains another first down for the Tornado.
Yeah, that was a really good run, getting to the outside quick like that, and Kaiser's at it again. Got the reverse.
Kaiser backhand off the Powell. Powell plowing through a couple of defenders. And once again, another first down for Zion Powell on the play.
Has a nice quick inside reverse there. And, they probably didn't think Zion was going to get the ball right back after that, and he did, but he just got it off of a double handoff.
Root handoff to Sammy Bradfield on the play. Makes a couple moves and gains, I'd say about 5 or 6 on the play. Tackled by Bryson Fleming. Kaiser keeping the tempo up.
Oh, yeah.
Root. Timeout called on the play.
Patriots
by
are trying to slow this
Washington
down a little bit. Yeah, Kaiser had a steam, and I think the Patriots were like, yeah, we need to put the kibosh on this movement, so they're trying to disrupt the flow there, because Kaiser definitely had a swing of momentum going there.
That seems to be kind of where Kaiser's been having the most success whenever they've been going high tempo.
Right. Right, and then when coming off the outside run and going right back inside like they did that time with Zion Powell getting both of those carries, you get a nice off tackle, left side, outside run, and then you come right back and give him the ball on an inside handoff, and he gets another 11 or 12 yards. So, mixing it up with where they're going and trying. You got the speed, tempo going, and you've got the misdirection going, and trying to keep the Patriots on their heels.
Patriots needing to call a timeout there to kind of recollect themselves. Kaiser just driving it down the field on them on this current drive.
Right.
So now as we come out of the timeout, Kaiser making their way back out on offense. Looks like Gavin Root's going to have Dre Allen to his right side with a single receiver out right as well. Man in motion is Van Pelt. Van Pelt takes the ball. He is stringing it out wide. Van Pelt's going to the 10, and he takes contact around the 6-yard line. Hard shot. Gets knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, he'd already picked up the 12 yards and was heading out of bounds, but he stayed in bounds like maybe a half step too long and got popped.
Thomas Wogan absolutely laid the wood on him there around the 6-yard line.
He hopped right back up, though. That's what it's all about.
And now snap back to Root. He's rolling out to the left side. He's going to tuck it. Spin out of one tackle. He's still trying to charge up in there, and he's going to be brought down around the 1. Root trying to shake his way out of around 4 tacklers on that one.
That's right.
Gain of 5 to the 1-yard line.
Root now going under center. Dre Allen and Bradfield in the backfield. Hand off to Dre Allen, and he is in for the touchdown. Dre Allen.
Yep, another short little plunge in there after having a nice sustained drive down the field, and giving yourself a short field really helps out a lot.
Dre Allen with the second touchdown of the night for the Golden Tornado. Kaiser lining up for the kick. Snap is back, and the kick is good. Seth Ernest with the extra point puts Kaiser up 21-13 against Washington.
Well, we got a little break here. One of our sponsors is also First Baptist Church of Burlington. Pastor Tom Coldwell is at First Baptist Church. They have services at 9 a.m. and you can watch those on Facebook, or you can also listen to them on 107.1 FM.
Kaiser here lining up for the ensuing kickoff.
We had to turn our light on in here in the booth as the sky is getting dark around us. We have some light coming in from outside, but being able to see our papers here, we needed a little extra light.
Absolutely beautiful football Friday, though. There's nothing I love more, seeing the lights on a Friday night. You know, nice weather, nice little breeze. It's not too hot, not too cold. I mean, this is just straight up football weather, and this is just a gorgeous day for some Kaiser football.
The scenery here is something too. You know, just seeing Knobley Mountain and the hillside looking back up north on 220.
Seth Ernest with the kick. It's going to be a bouncer.
Yep. And if you catch it on your knees, you're down where you caught it. But good job stopping that ball right
Collected
there.
in by Ethan Cockrell. And like you said, yeah, good control. That very easily could have been a muffed return on that one. So now Washington will take possession here at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Washington's coming off a pretty good scoring drive they just had. So, you know, they may want to come try to control the rest of this half and go down there and try to tie up this game.
Motion man, inside handoff to Fleming, who's going to bounce it out and runs into his own man.
He made a great cut. Unfortunately, one of his own guys was standing beside him, and he tripped over his foot.
Looked like he was trying to do a little bit of a jump cut to the outside, let his man get out in front of him. He just kind of got tied up with the feet. So with the big run by Bryson Fleming, we'll give Washington the ball here around the 48. Hand off on the play, up the middle. And the Kaiser line really collapsed down on that one. But even though they kind of got to him quick, he still pushed the pile for about another 3-4 yards.
Yeah, both of these teams, for being, you know, not necessarily, Dre Allen's a pretty big guy, but both of the teams don't really have huge backfields, but they're really pounding through the middle on both sides of the ball.
Motion man is number 14, inside handoff to good run on the play. Bryson Fleming with another inside handoff. That's the same one that he kind of broke free there earlier in the drive.
Kaiser's also, you can see they're, you know, trying to cause a turnover as well. When they've got two or three guys wrapping him up, you can see somebody trying to go for the ball. And, you know, in a close game like this, any turnover you can create is a big deal.
100%. Motion man. Oh, no motion on that one. Handoff straight back to number 7, Frankie Amore.
Looks like they're spotting him a little shorter than where I thought they were going to. It looked like he must have drug his knee. Still good effort on the runner's part to get through the line.
They have been throwing number 14, Jason Vrobel, in motion for the majority of this drive. That was the first play where they did just a straight-up power without any deception. Washington going back to the ball here on a very, very important 4th and short. Snap is back, and he is going to be bunched up behind the line. Gavin Root snuck that one out quick.
And I don't know how much the players can hear their coaches on the sidelines or if they're really focused, but about a half a second before that ball was handed off, I heard a coach down here yell sweep, and that's exactly what they did. So they were prepared.
They tried to sell that inside handoff.
Right.
And just have the one back kind of just tuck it and go to the outside, but Gavin Root rolling out, kind of taking his time, takes a nice little flip to Sammy Bradfield, who catches it, shakes off a defender, he bounces another one, and he is finally brought down at the 34-yard line.
What a great effort, 21-yard pass. And, Root had a little bit of room out there. He probably could have ran for a first down, but at the last second he saw Bradfield out there by himself.
Handoff here to Zion Powell on the sweep. He tries to push one of his linemen to try to go find somebody, and he ends up getting snuffed down.
I think he pushed Sammy Bradfield in the back and pushed him forward about 4 yards. And Bradfield wasn't expecting to get that push from his own man back there, but he said, go block somebody.
Gain of about 1 for Powell on the play. 3 receivers out left. Handoff will be to Dre Allen up the middle.
He has been running downhill this whole game.
Allen pushing a little bit of a pile, gaining about 4 or 5 on the play.
4, 35.
3rd and 5 here for Kaiser. Root will keep it, and he will push forward for the first down. Root sold that jet sweep and just tucked it and went right up that gut. Tornado with the first down now. Root back under center. Double handoff to Zion Powell, who shakes out of an ankle tackle and is brought down after a gain of about 6.
I tell you, this tempo that Kaiser's running, I'm out of breath sitting up here watching it, how quickly they're just getting on the ball and going. Washington has to be reeling.
Handoff to Sammy Bradfield. Has to shuffle his feet a little bit to find a hole, but he finally gets a couple yards out of it. Gain of about 2 or 3. Jimmy Williams on the tackle on that one. Now Kaiser here at about 3rd and 3. Snap back to Root. Rolls out to his left. And he's going to tuck it and go. And he shucks off about a 3-man hit.
I think those Patriots players all kind of impacted each other, and Root just kind of backed up a little bit and let them run into each other.
Yeah, he managed to shuck off all 3 of them guys and get enough for the first down on that one. Now Kaiser with 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Snap goes to Dre Allen, who is snuffed out there right up the middle.
Close to the first.
So here we are at 2nd and goal. Dre Allen gained maybe a yard on the play. Snap back to Root. Rolling back out to his left. Quick throw over to Sammy Bradfield, who's going to make a move, and he's into the end zone. Sammy Bradfield on the quick screen makes 2 men miss and dives into the end zone for the Golden Tornado touchdown.
7-yard touchdown pass and reception there for the Golden Tornado.
Now Seth Ernest back for the kick. And the kick is good. 3:28 left. Kaiser up 28 to Washington 13.
We'll give that pass and catch touchdown there, the Timbrook Automotive Group drive of the series.
Also, remind everybody that this game, this quarter, is brought to you by Fox's Pizza, located here in Kaiser, West Virginia. There's also a couple different locations between Kaiser, Fort Ashby, Cumberland. They're kind of all around, and just delicious food. If you're at home watching the game tonight, call up Fox's, order a pizza, some wedgies, get some wings, whatever you want. Enjoy some good food while you're enjoying some football.
That's right.
We line up here for the ensuing kick.
Kaiser's done a really good job of, bending and not breaking when they've been on defense, and then when they get back on offense, just being very consistent with their way they've been running the ball. Their play calling has been excellent, throwing the passes, keeping the defense, keeping them honest, not letting them cheat the run the whole time.
They're out here looking like a Big 12 offense, the way that they're just constantly high tempo, high moving. They're just play after play after play. We're no more finished calling a play, and they're running the next one.
Right.
They're running very quickly tonight. Seth Ernest back for the kick. And this one gets back to Fleming, who shakes out of one, shakes out of another.
Nice block behind the ball there.
Hi, team. This is
And
Rob.
he makes contact on the play with number 5, Malachi Blow.
Yeah, he did a little razzle-dazzle back there. He didn't have too many blockers in front of him. He had 3 Golden Tornado defenders coming directly at him, and he just did a little footwork and was able to get about 12 more yards out of that run.
Fleming able to make a move, give them good field position up around the 38-yard line. Washington lined up 4 receivers. And number 7, Frankie Moore, he's going to roll out wide. Shake one tackle, go out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
Yeah, for a split second there, I thought he was going to stop running and throw that ball to somebody, but he just kept on sliding to the outside. Again, Kaiser doing a good job of stringing the play out and keeping it going towards the sideline.
Marked him a little shorter there, a little bit past the 41. And now snap back to Amore. He's going to roll out on this one. And throws number 14, Vrobel. Tackled by number 7 on the play, Seth Healy.
Yeah, there was a nice little rollout throw and catch there, but great defense by Healy to be there to bring him down as soon as he caught the ball.
Third and 3 now for Washington. Inside handoff to number 2 on the play, Thomas Wogan. Good enough for the first down. Benny Oates with the tackle for Kaiser.
There's a lot going on in the backfield on that play right there with misdirection and fake handoffs, and Kaiser's doing a pretty decent job of picking up on that and staying not biting too hard on those plays. A lot of personnel behind the line of scrimmage on this offense.
We got the line stacked out here. Amore rolls out. He has a gap. He has a lead block. Amore's taken off, cuts back inside, and tackled down on the play.
Late flag.
Tackled by Gabe Ryan. Flag down.
Gabe Ryan's a lineman and caught that play 20 yards downfield.
Penalty against Kaiser on the play.
Yeah, a flag coming in that late, it was probably some type of a personal foul or something like that. But again, how like you said earlier, you've called Gabe's name a lot, but you don't normally call linemen's names when they're tackling people 20 yards downfield.
Yeah.
He
Normally by
trailed
that point they give up.
Yeah, he trailed that play, and I mean he's a he's a big guy, but he was able to get down there and make that play.
And now lining up is Washington. Snap a little low, hand off to Fleming, and he is swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to do a quick snap or what
Chase
they're trying
Evans
to do.
on the tackle.
But they're having some issues, especially when they get down towards the red zone, of keeping the snap high enough. That's usually the center is trying to snap the ball too quick.
Back out of the wing set.
That was a good one.
Amore rolls out wide.
It's like what the season's been kind of wonky, and so let's see what they want to do with it.
4 receivers out wide. Snap back to Root. He's going to drop back. He's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to heave it to the end zone.
Nice.
And it is
Good defense.
Deflected on the play.
What a pretty pass, though.
He almost had it there to Zion Powell.
Yeah.
Good play by the defender deep in the end zone. So we end here this first half. The Kaiser Golden Tornado are up 28-13 against the Washington Patriots.
And your halftime is going to be brought to you by none other than our very own Allegheny Media.
Buying an automobile isn't supposed to be hard. Hi, I'm Fred Timbrook Jr., and at Timbrook Automotive, we make car buying easy. When you buy from us, you can expect your experience to be transparent and stress-free. For your convenience, we have locations in Cumberland, Oakland, and Kaiser, which means you can get the finest cars at the lowest prices close to home. Visit us today at any of our locations to experience the Timbrook difference, or shop online at timbrook.com. Buying.
Hi, I'm Logan Del Signor, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Hometown Realty in Kaiser, West Virginia. I've been with Coldwell Banker for 3 years now, servicing West Virginia and Western Maryland. I've helped dozens of people and families find their perfect home in West Virginia. Isn't it time we found yours? So give me a call, shoot me a text, or look me up online. West Virginia is a beautiful place. Isn't it time you realized your dream and almost had? Hi.
And as we welcome you guys here into halftime of tonight's game, performing will be the Kaiser High School Band. All right, guys, and we welcome you here for the second half.
Yeah, let's go over some of the takeaways from that first half. And I think Kaiser did a really good job of establishing themselves on the run. And, they only have one passing touchdown. However, they were able to really get some good passes and completions throughout that first half because they were able to suck the Patriot defense in a little bit, getting a little too comfortable with trying to stop the run. And, Dre Allen's had a productive first half with 2 touchdowns. Root had a touchdown from the quarterback spot. And then also we saw the last touchdown for Kaiser in the first half was a 7-yard pass to Sammy Bradfield. But those have been aided by some really good long runs by Zion Powell. The Root had a couple of good, tuck the ball and run kind of deals like that. So I think Kaiser has done a really good job of establishing the line. Defensively, I think they've tried to really counter the misdirection and the outside runs from Washington. And aside from a couple long runs, which are bound to happen, they've established a pretty good defensive front against the Patriots.
I agree. And, I mean, Bryson Fleming has been doing pretty good damage. I mean, he seems to be kind of the big play guy for him here for Washington. But for the most part, Kaiser's been maintaining, the gap control as they preach so hard going into this week. So I feel like that has really worked to their advantage. The game plan has been pretty much what they wanted it to be as of now.
Yeah.
So I feel like going into the second half, they're just going to try to maintain, keep doing what they did in the first half. I don't really see any reason to change anything up drastically. The big thing that I love is I love seeing them actually going out and passing the ball. I mean, it's been many a year since Kaiser's really had a passing attack.
Right.
So these long RPO style rollouts that can either be a tuck and run type deal for the quarterback or a directional pass. Because we always seem to have either one deep guy and one man underneath, and the underneath guy gets left open a lot out of it. Right. So it provides some good efficient yardage every time we run it and every time we can complete it. So I think they could try to stick and try to throw the ball a little bit more here in the second half as well. But for the most part, both teams have been doing really well. It's been a very physical game, and I think it can only go up from here in the second half.
Right, and penalty-wise, it's been a pretty clean game. We talk about how the season has kind of crept up on the players because no one was really sure when it was going to start or how it was going to start. There was no real summer workout, kind of thing. There was just a quick scrimmage period before the season started. So 3 games into the season, the penalties have been low on both sides of the ball. Kaiser's done really well with, not having false starts and any kind of thing like that. So I think they're focused. And you also said about something a little bit different with the passing. It's just a little new wrinkle with the new coaching style and, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. However, adding some new wrinkles and things that are a little bit different.
So as we go in here to the third quarter, I want to give a shout out to Fox's Pizza Den because not only did they become a sponsor for us for the second quarter, but they also sponsored us for the third, and we really got to give them recognition for kind of double dipping in on it and really helping make this dream a reality. My whole life I've been such a fan of sports, and I've always been so into individual broadcasters from Nestler, John Madden, Mike Tirico, all these guys. So for us to kind of have our chance to kind of put our foot into the broadcasting pool, it's been an incredible setup for Allegheny Media's standpoint, and just again a big shout out to all of our sponsors, and specifically to Fox's Pizza Den for doing both the second and third quarter of this one.
Right, and it's really nice that we get the the opportunity that Allegheny Media has to bring this broadcast to you. They're not playing football across the river in Maryland, so we can focus the efforts on Mineral County football here and the Kaiser Golden Tornado and establish that if you can't be at the game, there's a lot of people that would be here tonight if they could be here. Kaiser has a great fan base, and the stands are always packed. Can't do that right now because of what all's going on, but
Well, no, I could lean up a little bit and see a good many families down here.
Right. Well, and I think, all the families are here. But, you're used to seeing 3,000 or 4,000 people here tonight, and it's not that. So we're able to bring this game to you so you can sit at home and watch the game and not miss a step.
And most importantly, we hope everybody at home is enjoying the broadcast. Everybody that is listening at home, whether it be at a friend's house, in your garage, wherever it may be, we're really glad that you guys are enjoying tonight's matchup.
And we got the First People's Community Federal Credit Union kickoff coming here from Griffin Price from the Patriots.
We also tonight have the capability through Allegheny Media to get some social media comments that pop up here on the screen so we can actually kind of see people who are talking about the matchup. Like right there, Ian Spiker. What's up, guys? Having a good time, my man. Enjoying some football. Absolutely loving it.
That's awesome. Hey, Griffin Price got lucky kicking that little about 15, 20-yard kick earlier in the game, and they got an unexpected onside kick. This time he put it in the exact same spot. Unfortunately, it took a quick bounce out of bounds, so Kaiser will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Jeremiah Rodeheaver giving a little shout-out to the New Creek Fire Department there. Gavin Root back. Handoff to Zion Powell, who's bouncing it out. He's going to take it out wide. He's got a little bit of space and lowers the shoulder. Zion Powell looks like he's going to get the first down here around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he came a little tight on that handoff. Looked like he hit helmets with Root when he handed him the ball, but he was able to keep his footing and keep going outside.
Root, handoff backside to Sammy Bradfield. Bradfield's going to gain about 5 on the play. Gavin Root back under center. Quick screen out to Powell. Powell's going to shuck off one tackler, and he's going to sneak up for another first down. Kaiser in Washington territory. Ball now at the 39-yard line of Washington.
So we've seen jet sweep, inside handoff, and screen pass in the first 3 plays of this second half.
Fake the sweep. They're going to hand off inside to Dre Allen, who's going to pound it up in. Gain of about 6 on the play.
You really got to appreciate the play calling here. Not only is it a good selection, but they're doing it quickly and doing it efficiently as well, getting up on the ball fast.
Root take the snap, double handoff. Number 23, Hunter Van Pelt. He's dancing around a little bit. He breaks free. 10-5, touchdown. Hunter Van Pelt. He is a shifty one, isn't he?
He really is. That's a 33-yard scamper for Van Pelt there.
Kaiser run that little double handoff. Hunter Van Pelt makes a little action happen on the shake and bake and takes it into the house.
And like we were saying, with the play calling, how many different ball handlers got the ball on that play there?
High snap, kick still collected, and it is still good for Seth Ernest. Kudos to Seth Healy there, kind of gaining back control of that high snap.
Right. But yeah, we had Powell, Bradfield, and Root
Allen
all touching the ball on that. Not one person got a double carry on that play, and then Van Pelt took it in for the 33-yard run. So making use of that really talented backfield and giving everybody a chance to touch the ball keeps the defense on their toes because they can't really focus on one player.
Yeah, they kept them guessing on that drive. And with that drive, the Kaiser Golden Tornado are now up 35-13 against the Washington Patriots here with 10:40 left in the third.
We'd be remiss if we didn't thank the Belt Group for providing the power and generator to the spy bus out there, the production bus with all the technology in there that's keeping us on the line here tonight. So thank you to the Belt Group.
And once again, our kickoff is brought to you by First People's Community Federal Credit Union.
getting chilly out there. I see a lot of people bundled up in blankets. It's
Oh, a quick squib kick there. Bounced off the hands of 56, but he's got space.
oh.
And he trips over his own feet.
Oh, wow. I think the 45-yard line was raised up a little bit. I think he tripped over it. Yeah, it's definitely chilly football weather for the middle of September right now. A lot of people bundled up out there.
We actually don't have a number for him, number 56. But I tell you, man, he almost had big man dreams right there about
he did.
grabbed it and tried to take that thing the other way.
Yeah, he did.
Two receivers out wide right. Snap up the middle to Amore. He's got a little bit of space, and he's bouncing it out, and he shucks the tackle. He's still going. 10, 5, and he gets it in. Touchdown. Frankie Amore.
52-yard run. And I was just getting ready to say another low snap, but he composed himself, and I'd be remiss if I didn't point out. Now, he didn't catch him, but who was down there running
Gabe
him
Ryan,
down?
still
Gabe
down
Ryan
there.
from his lineman position was step for step behind the runner there. But, yeah, good recovery on a bad snap and a 52-yard run and touchdown for the Patriots. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
Snap back to Wogan, and he looks like he's going to bounce it out and get it in. 2-point conversion is good. Washington now with 21 points. Oh, wait a second. We got a flag down on the play.
Came in pretty late. Having a little discussion out there. The dead ball personal foul against the Golden Tornado. Those referees aren't social distancing out there, but I guess they have to talk about what's going on.
Penalty against Kaiser on the play will be tacked on to the kickoff. I tell you what, old Morey must be a Frank Sinatra fan, because once he shucked out of that tackle, he started singing "Fly Me to the Moon," and he took off down that
Yeah,
sideline.
he did. Yeah, he did. He's quick. He was slippery, and then he was also quick. So he was shifty when he needed to be, and turned on the jets whenever he had to.
So Washington with a quick answer back.
So they'll be kicking this ball off from about, what, the 50-yard line?
Kaiser trying to get their hands team ready. Kaiser making their way out to the field now as Griffin Price sets up for the kick. Ball being moved up to, looks like it's going to be the 45 on the opposite side of the field.
Good chance for him to pin Kaiser kind of deep. We haven't really seen any super deep kickoff from either side.
Well, with Hunter Van Pelt and Zion Powell back there, do you really want to take it to them deep?
Yeah, I mean,
Those two have the ability, I think, of anyone to break it out wide.
that's true. Kickoff is being brought to you by First People's Community Federal Credit Union.
Also in which good friends of the Golden Tornado, George and Margaret, wishing luck to all the players tonight. Griffin Price sets up for the kick, and
The ball fell off the tee, so try that again. It was really breezy earlier. It's not super duper breezy right now, but a little gust of wind came through. But it was pretty breezy earlier today. I thought we might have a fairly windy game. But it was enough to knock the ball off the tee.
oh, there it goes again.
Let's have somebody hold that.
We got a ghost ball. Griffin Price going to get one of his teammates to come and hold the ball for him so he can get this kick off.
You basically get 2 times for the ball to fall off the tee. After the second time, you have to have somebody hold it.
It's going to be Mr. Thomas Wogan holding the kick for him. And it looks like we're finally going to get the kick off here. And it's going to be a deep one right out the back of the end zone on here.
That's one way you keep those quick guys from getting any advantage on you, just kick it over their head. He got his boot into that one. I gave you a little extra confidence of kicking it off from the Kaiser side of the 50 there. But he got a hold of that one.
So with that, Kaiser will take possession here at the 20-yard line.
See if they do running the ball by committee again. That worked really well for them last time.
Root back in shotgun. Sweep out wide. Nice cut back in by Zion Powell, and he is bottled up.
This might be the deepest that either team has started in their own territory, really.
Yeah, most of the game they've been starting between the 30 and 50.
Yeah.
First time where we've had like a true full drive by a team. Root back in shotgun. Motion man is Powell. Root will keep it, and he is swallowed up.
Fleetwood White, a big lineman. He's a big guy. I don't have his stats in front of me, but he's if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say
he's listed on here. It's 6'4", 240.
Okay. I would have had him more than 240, but 6'4" looks about right.
Yeah, he's solid size on him.
Yeah, he is.
Two receivers out wide for Root. He's going to roll to his left. And now he's going to bounce it. Wow. He's going to tuck it. Gets a stiff arm. And great athletic play by Gavin Root. I thought for sure on that one he's going to be swallowed up. But he managed to make a move, get out of the tackle, get a nice stiff arm, and get downfield.
That's a really tough pass to make, too, if he would have thrown it, running and throwing across his body as a righty, running to his left.
And Zion tackled in the backfield on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a missed block or just a blitz on that side. There was just too many white jerseys over there to avoid.
Loss of 5 on the play for Kaiser. 2nd and 15. Root's going to take the snap, roll out to his right, and he's going to throw this one, and it looks intercepted.
They're saying it hit the ground.
Referee's calling that incomplete. That was a close one.
Yeah, Joseph Rabel thought he had an interception there, and of course they're 10 feet from the ball, and we're about 100 yards from the ball, so they're saying that it hit the ground out there. Not a lot of arguing from the Patriots side, so they're probably
pretty accurate call there.
Pretty accurate call.
Motion man is Powell, low snap. Root takes it, throws it out to Powell, but it hits off the back of a Patriot defender.
That's one way to knock a pass down, is just get your head in the way.
I tell you, Root really got lucky on that roll out there to the right that was almost intercepted. He threw that into double coverage, tried to squeeze it into a tight window. Now Zion Powell back for the punt. Returning for the Patriots is number 25, Bryson Fleming. And the kick is off. It is a line drive roller.
Took a nice Kaiser bounce there.
And it will be touchdown around the 31-yard line. 26-yard line, excuse me.
About a 42-yard kick and roll.
Hey, it's all about that net average.
That's right. That's right. Our third quarter reminder is being brought to you by Fox's Pizza Den, locations in Mineral County, Allegheny County, and all around you. So get yourself a Big Daddy and some wings and enjoy the game on Allegheny Media.
And we got 3 receivers out wide. Amore tucks it, and he's going to go up the gut, and he is gone. Zion Powell trying to chase him down. And Powell's going to maybe just get him. Referee's going to call him down at the 1 yard line.
Powell caught up to him really quick, and then I don't know if he just couldn't get an angle to hit him. He ran with him step for about 6 more yards, and then was able to get him by the foot.
That or Amore hit another gear when he seen a man on his back.
He made the best stretch he could to try and make a touchdown there, but his knee looked like he stepped out of bounds right at the last second. I think a 63-yard run for Amore. A touchdown-saving tackle by Zion Powell.
And it's going to be snapped back to Thomas Wogan, who's going to take it in for the touchdown. So once again, that's back-to-back drives now that Frankie Amore has broke free on him.
Right. He's I think we might have to let him earn the title of the Timbrook Automotive Group Speedster of the series there.
Yeah, talk about hitting another gear.
Oh, yeah.
He hit that corner, and he was absolutely gone. He's lucky that Zion Powell is world-class speed out there on the edge. And the ensuing extra point is good.
And we've been perfect for extra points tonight on both sides of the ball. The only reason that Washington had a 13-point score instead of a 14-point score is they elected to go for 2 after a penalty after 1 touchdown. But both the kickers doing a good job as far as getting their extra points here today.
And even the holders maintaining good control, especially that one Seth Healy had to kind of reel back in.
Right.
But with that touchdown and kick, Washington squeaking their way back into this one. 28 Washington, 35 Kaiser. Still a lot of football left in this one, and we're back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, we could end up with a pretty high-scoring, and it's already a high-scoring affair in the third quarter, but we could end up with a lot of numbers of more like a basketball score up there on the scoreboard.
And that's kind of one of the things about that single-wing offense is it's so smash-mouth that it tries to kind of wear you down. So second half is where it can really do most of its damage. It tries to wear you down late in games.
And you got to wonder what kind of conditioning these players are able to really get in, over the summer and before the season. Are they 3 games in and see who's got sort of the more wind at the...
A little bit of socially distant cardio.
Yeah.
And a quick little squib kick recovered there at the 50.
Good hands. Good hands
Benny
by
Oates.
Benny Oates, yeah. If that ball would have bounced off of him, Washington would have had the ball right back around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, smart move to collect it in and just drop. So Kaiser getting good field position here, starting right at the 50-yard line. Kaiser running a double wing set look on this one. Root under center. Motion to Powell. Handoff to Dre Allen. Dre Allen's getting a little bit of space. And he is absolutely gone. Bounced off of a man and then hit third gear.
Wow, 50-yard run for Dre Allen.
Talk about a response on that one after the
right.
Frankie Amore run. Dre Allen said, "Give me the rock."
And Dre Allen's not necessarily built like a speedster. He's more of a fullback style, but he turned on the jets and he was pretty much gone.
Yeah, he bounced off that defender and then absolutely just took off. Seth Ernest on the kick. And it is good. Kaiser with a quick response to the Washington touchdown. Score now 42 Kaiser, 28 Washington Patriots. we've had a lot of scores here over the past 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we had a pretty respectable.
Buying an automobile isn't supposed to be hard. Hi, I'm Fred Timbrook Jr., and at Timbrook Automotive, we make car buying easy. When you buy from us, you can expect your experience to be transparent and stress-free. For your convenience, we have locations in Cumberland, Oakland, and Kaiser, which means you can get the finest cars at the lowest prices close to home. Visit us today at any of our locations to experience the Timbrook difference or shop online at timbrook.com.
And I tell you, looking like a wide body Mustang. Dre Allen, bigger build, but he absolutely hit that second, third, fourth gear and just took off.
He definitely did.
That very quick drive brought to you by Timbrook Automotive Group.
That's Kaiser's deepest kick of the
Kick back to Bryson Fleming.
about a 16-yard return after a decent kick there.
Tackled by Samuel Hemrick. Washington starting off this drive here around the 31-yard line.
If you're enjoying the scoreboard integration onto the broadcast area, you can thank the Wheelhouse Academy for sponsoring that, and make sure you check them out.
Three receivers out to the right.
First empty backfield we've seen.
Motion is Fleming, and Amore is going to keep it and get swallowed up. That time the Kaiser D-line got a little bit of pressure in there.
And I think that's probably the first time that we've seen the empty backfield with just one man back there with the quarterback. And didn't really work too well for Washington, so they may not really do that much more.
Washington coming up to the ball. One lone receiver out wide left. Snap to Amore. He's going to string it out wide a little bit. He's going to break a couple of tackles, and he's going up the sideline.
I think we're going to get a holding call back.
Penalty on the play.
We are near the coach's box up here, and some displeasure being vocalized. But you know, I wear glasses and have pretty bad eyesight, and I saw that hold happen, so got to call that one.
And once again, play was 15 yards upfield, and Gabe Ryan's the one that pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Washington going up into a tight set. Fake to the motion man. Wogan's going to try to power it up through there. And it took a good couple tornado to bring him down on that one.
Yeah. All these guys are running really strong. I mean, this has been a really physically, a physical, well played, but physical game. Runners not going down right away, but also some good hits, and this has been a fun game.
A lot of fireworks, too, on all these big runs.
Mm-hmm.
Three receivers out to the left side. Snap will be back to Frankie Amore. Pressure from Zion Powell. He's rolling out to the right side, and it is almost picked off by Seth Healy. Gavin Root almost stopped Healy from picking that ball off himself. Both of them were going for the ball on that one.
Yeah. Frankie Amore was trying to plead with the referee of why he didn't throw a flag. He thought there was some pass interference out there, but either way, it was good defense and just unfortunate that the ball went right through the defender's fingers there.
So now, 4th down and about 12. Oh, there's our message from George and Margaret.
Go Tornado football.
Back on the return is Hunter Van Pelt and Zion Powell. Kick is off, and it is high.
That is straight up in the air.
And luckily gets a little bit of a Washington. Oh, gets a pretty good Washington bounce there.
About 20 yards in the air and then another 25 yards on the ground. So didn't look like that was going to be a 40-plus yard punt at first. Reminder, this third quarter is brought to you by Fox's Pizza Den. From their den to your den, make sure you patronize them and all of our fine sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you right into your living room.
Motion man is Van Pelt. Hand off to Dre Allen, who is brought down by a group of Patriots on the play.
We had a couple of people moving at the same time out there.
Penalty against Kaiser.
We have an illegal motion penalty out there.
Illegal kick is going Tornado. First and 15.
Kaiser being backed up off the penalty. Now be 1st and 15 for the Golden Tornado. Motion man is Van Pelt. Root will keep it, and he is going to bounce it out wide. And he tried to lower the shoulder, ended up getting the brunt of that contact. But big play by Gavin Root.
And he was unintentionally aided by almost a nice trap block from the umpire there, who was in the way, and the Washington player got kind of stuck behind him. And
referee with a nice lead block on that one.
Yeah.
Motion Van Pelt, handoff to Van Pelt. He's going to bounce it out, and he cuts, and he's finally wrapped up.
He is definitely a shifty runner. He kept putting his shoulder in, trying to go upfield, and when he finally found the hole that he wanted, he got a very quick 9-yard run there.
Now back to a traditional wing tee set. Handoff will be to, I believe, Sammy Bradfield, who doesn't get much on the play, gets about one. Might be close to the first down on this one.
Yeah, good penetration by the Patriots line on that one.
Dylan Painter on the tackle on that one. Root back, 3 receivers to his right.
And came across the line.
Offside against Washington.
Penalty against Washington on the play.
First down, Golden Tornado.
Easiest first down to get when you don't even have to run the play.
And timeout called by the Washington Patriots. With 4:12 here in the third quarter, Kaiser leads the Washington Patriots 42-28.
I'll do a quick shout out here. This timeout is brought to you by First Baptist Church of Burlington. Pastor Tom Coldwell's services are at 9 a.m. and you can watch those on Facebook, or you can listen to them on 107.1 FM. Yeah, Kaiser has just done a really good job of, they started out, they have run this whole game in that quick
high tempo
offense, and they haven't let that tempo down at one time, and that shows great conditioning for these guys, because and great coaching to be able to do things as well as they've been doing. They haven't been making a lot of mistakes. They're obviously not going to get any delay of game penalties because they're going so quick, but really good job.
Hard to get a delay of game whenever you're snapping the ball 4 seconds into the play clock.
But Coach Steven has done a really good job, and the rest of his coaching staff have done a really good job of getting these players ready to run that quick offense.
Kaiser making their way back out onto the field off of the timeout for this 1st and 10 play. Root's going to have 3 receivers to his left. Dre Allen also lined up to his left. Quick screen out to Sammy Bradfield.
I think I might get a hold.
And it looks like it's going to be a hold on Kaiser on that one.
Yeah, the coaching crew up here called that one very loudly. You may have even heard that one on the air. That was a kind of a blatant hold there. I haven't really heard the coaches too much, but the last few plays they've been voicing their displeasure with some of the penalties.
So now Kaiser getting backed up after the holding call. Be 1st and 15 on the play. Motion man is Powell.
Ooh.
Backside handoff to Sammy Bradfield, who is going to break it out wide and just shoved out of bounds.
Tippy toes.
Sammy Bradfield on that little delayed handoff. There was absolutely nobody on that backside of the field.
Not at all. And you know, there's so much happening on that play that the defense has so much time to think about where they want to go, and they don't go to the right spot.
Root, handoff on the play. And Sammy Bradfield looked to be tripped up.
And I've noticed Kaiser has done that, and they did that with Zion Powell as well, you know, having a big run, and then they come back and they run an inside handoff to the same guy that just had a big run. And a full house backfield there.
And handoff to Sammy Bradfield. He's going to bounce it out and tackled just short. Tackled around the 1 yard line. I tell you what, Root was really unsure about whether he wanted to hand that off or if he wanted to tuck it and go.
Right.
There was a lot of in and out with that ball, whether he wanted to give that up or not.
Yeah, it was like a straight T backfield with the quarterback in the middle and like an option look.
Motion man is Powell. Handoff to Dre Allen, who pounds it in there. Dre Allen with his 3rd score of the game. Oh, excuse me, that's his fourth score.
That is his 4th score.
Dre Allen with 4 rushing touchdowns on the day. Back now is Seth Ernest with the kick. And they're sending Seth Ernest out wide. And broken play. Seth Healy was looking for someone to throw to. Initially, he had Ernest out wide, but by the time he really took his head over there to look for the throw, there was a man on him. He just had to kind of just eat the play.
Right, and I think Ernest was almost as a decoy out there, I think, to pull the defender over there. But even though he was a decoy, he was a wide open decoy.
Yeah.
That you know, could have taken that ball.
Which, I mean, Seth Ernest he's an athletic kid. I mean, he plays on the basketball team as well. So he's not just a kicker, you know.
Right.
You know, as Pat McAfee would say, for the brand, but but he is for sure an athlete as well.
That's right. Yeah, we've had a lot of people scoring for the Tornado today. Root, Allen, Bradfield, and Van Pelt all getting their names on the scoreboard, so to speak.
And Danny Foster saying, looks like if we working on the defense a little bit, we might be pretty good this year. I can agree. I mean, and that's kind of been the thing the first couple games is, you know, a couple holes here in the defense, but offensively we've been kind of rolling pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Another good kick.
And deep kick back to Fleming. And he's making a couple men miss.
Oh, what a cutback.
What a cut. And finally push out of bounds around the 50.
And this Washington team, I think they're coming off a couple of losing seasons, you know, a couple of 3-7 seasons, I think it is. But they've got some really good players out there. You know, Bryson's just really a good runner out there. And
he's got natural ball carrier vision as well. I mean, the
really
way he makes cuts in and around people, you can tell that he was meant to play the position. Now Washington coming out with 2 receivers out wide right. One motion man. Amore keeps the ball, and he is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Caden Youngblood.
And it looks like Caden Youngblood on the tackle on that one.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Trying to get a score update. I got a message that Hampshire is winning and Martinsburg is losing, and that's 2020 in a nutshell.
More
down 15-13.
Since Wogan has a motion man, hand off to Wogan, makes a couple men miss, and he is bouncing around, lowering the shoulder, and driving forward for that first down.
Who's Martinsburg playing? Spring Valley, losing 15-13 to Spring Valley.
First and 10 now for Washington after the tough run by Thomas Wogan. Washington coming out. Morey back.
Wogan's just kind of wandering around back there.
Wogan coming in motion. Fakes the handoff to Wogan, and Morey takes off. He tries to bounce it out wide, but he is swallowed up by Benny Oates on the play. Benny Oates making a good job controlling the edge there.
I think Morey may, I don't want to say he's gassed, but I think he was a little gassed on that play. Didn't seem to have the quick step to get himself going, and Kaiser took advantage of that and just swarmed him to take him down. We've got 52 seconds left in the Fox's Pizza Den third quarter. Make sure you patronize Fox's Pizza Den.
Now Morey out there. Snap back. Counter on the backside to number 14, Joseph Robel, and he gains a couple. Robel on the inside, on the outside reverse, gains about 3 yards on the play.
Looked like he ran about 30 yards and gained 3.
Now Washington set up on a 3rd and 7. Morey back with 3 receivers out to his right. And he throws a quick pass underneath the Robel. And it looks like it is just enough for the first down.
That's a good play call right there. And I think that play, you can't necessarily do it a lot, but that play would be open just with the style of defense that Kaiser's running. And they saw a little something there and were able to complete that pass.
They sent the inside man on a deep route, just kind of let Robel kind of go up underneath on a little hitch, and he was just open on the play. Now they're lined up, 3 men out to the left. And it looks like they're essentially trying to run the same thing. Frankie Amore sacked on the play by Zion Powell coming with the pressure. And with that, that is the end of our third quarter. Kaiser up 20, 48-28 against the Washington Patriots. I'll tell you what, I thought for sure Zion was going to get a hold of that ball. That quarterback still had that hand out a little bit.
Yeah, he did. So as we head to the fourth quarter, your fourth quarter is brought to you by Health Matters Urgent Care and Dr. Ronna Monceau in Bel Air, Maryland.
Also want to announce that currently, based on the information that we've gotten back, we have 125 people currently watching on our Kaiser High School Facebook page. We have 95 at the present time watching on our YouTube stream and 50 watching through the Allegheny media website. So as of right now, we're sitting around 275, 300, at least from what we can record. Currently watching the game, not counting possibly anyone else.
Right.
So big shout out to everybody who's watching the stream tonight. Hopefully this is going to be the first of many. We're going to continue to keep providing you great quality broadcasts and more Kaiser High School football.
Make sure you share that link so that next week, if people didn't get to tune into this game, they can catch next week's game as well.
And I also want to say if there's any restaurants or any bars in the area that are wanting to stream Kaiser High School Golden Tornado football, all you got to do is sponsor the Kaiser High School Boosters, and we can let you be recognized as an official sponsor of the Golden Tornado broadcast.
Good deal.
Be an official watch party for Golden Tornado football.
Pick up about 8 on the carry there. There was Bryson Fleming on the carry.
Washington coming back out in the single wing set. Snap back. Looks like he's going to try to stretch it out. Frankie Amore makes a man miss and gets the first down.
It's almost an option look, but from the angle that we can see here, it's really not a possible option because the running back is ahead.
Got Mr. Herbert Harmon watching us from North Carolina.
Sweet.
Hope you're enjoying the game, Herbert. I know we're having a blast up here calling it.
We are. We're a little bit warmer down there in North Carolina than it is here.
Oh, look, here's another one. Watching in Colorado. We're stretching all over, man. I'm loving it. And we got the snap back handoff to, oh, nope, fakes the handoff. Amore keeps it and only gets a couple on the play.
He faked us
Maybe
out, but
a yard.
he didn't fake them out. Kaiser sniffed that one out and was right there to hit him at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
So now after the almost looks like no gain that came out of that play, we're looking about second and maybe a long 9 for Washington on this play. Snap back to Amore, and he's trying to dance around a little bit, and he gets wrangled. Benny Oates.
He's running a little bit differently than he was earlier in the game, and I don't know if that's because he's just kind of getting worn out because he has done a lot of running. But I also think Kaiser's done a much better job of sealing off where he's been running through off of the end.
He's having to dance around a little bit more because the running lane's not quite there.
Right.
Now Morey's coming up. One receiver out to his right. And he's going to roll out right. He's got a receiver in. Ooh, just off the hands at the goal line.
I think he would like to hit the rewind button and try that one again and throw it about 2 feet more into the
air.
A little bit more, and he would have had himself a touchdown pass there.
Pass intended for Tyler Mezenzahl on the play. Falls incomplete. So now we're looking at about a 4th and 7.
Play clock's getting down here pretty low.
Play clock's winding down. We're down to 5 seconds. And they just get the snap off. Amore's rolling out. And he throws a little jump pass. Who is
out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. I thought for a second there the receiver got that foot in.
Yeah.
But it falls as an incomplete pass. Kaiser takes the ball back over. Once again, Mr. George and Miss Margaret sending us a special message for the Golden Tornadoes.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Belt Group for providing the power to run the production bus and keep us on the air tonight. So big shout out to the Belt Group.
Handoff, Zion Powell out wide. And he makes a little shake, keeps it bounce out, and finally brought down after a gain of about 13 on the play. It looked for a second there, he's going to try and cut that upfield, and he just did a little sidestep and bounced it back out wide. Going to be another first down for Kaiser.
Kaiser's still with that speedy offense, and they haven't let up on that tempo at all.
Motion man is Powell. Root's going to keep it. Makes a man miss. He's scrambling around in the backfield there. Throws it to Zion.
Might have been past the line of scrimmage on that pass. If I'm guessing, that's what it was.
Got some yellow rags down on the field right now.
He had to the 25-yard line to pass the ball, and he was like, I think, at the 26. Yeah, it's an illegal forward pass. It looked like he was about a yard over the line of scrimmage, and then he ran back to it. Once you've gone past it, you can't throw the ball. So good effort and good look, but unfortunately he was a little bit too forward to throw that ball.
Yeah, once he made that man miss, he kind of crossed over the line there, trying to look for Zion on that little underneath route.
There's actually 2 penalties. There was a pass interference call, offensive pass interference call, and that penalty was declined because the illegal forward pass is also a loss of down, so you don't want to give them another down to play.
So Kaiser now will be backed up a little bit here, see where the referees have everything marked up at. They're going to be backed up, looks like about 5 yards. And it'll be a loss of down, so it'll be second down. Handoff up the middle to Dre Allen.
It's like a pinball. It's a really good run by Dre Allen, and he got almost a first down off of that run, even being 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And he was just bouncing around, making people miss and dragging them with him.
Handoff back inside to Dre Allen. Man, he just bounces off of bodies.
Yeah, he does.
Low center of gravity. He just keeps going. Hey, Matt, did you know that the Wheelhouse Academy now has an AI lab?
I did not know that.
They have an AI lab because why would you not set up an AI lab? I mean, it works out perfectly for them. They can have AI set up to continually train especially in this COVID environment where you can't necessarily get out and make contact with people. Run an AI lab to where it's kind of a virtual setup for them, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
That's really cool.
So if you are interested in seeing Wheelhouse's AI lab, please visit the Wheelhouse Facebook page for more info. Train hard to win easily. Root throws the deep ball to Sammy Bradfield. What a gorgeous pass on the deep crossing route.
It's a 44-yard pass. A 45-yard pass would have been a touchdown, so he got 44 yards out of that. And again, nice looking on the pass routes and nice touch on the ball by Root. Liking the passing game that Kaiser's showing. Official timeout. Looks like we got a shoulder pad problem down there. The officials helping him out.
I was actually surprised to see him wind up and throw that deep ball, but he absolutely got it there to him on the line.
Yeah, he did.
Hand off now to Sammy Bradfield, who walks it in for the 1-yard touchdown. Bradfield gets the big play, and they reward him back with a handoff. We got a penalty down, though.
Coming from a side judge, it might be a formation or offsides. Oh, it's a personal foul.
Personal foul on the play. So the touchdown is confirmed. Now Seth Ernest with the kick.
No, we're missing a player again.
Kaiser looks like they're going to be lining up the kick with one less man. Seth Ernest still knocks it through.
So during that series there, we'll give the long pass to Sammy Bradfield, the Timbrook Automotive Group play of the series there. Good catch and good throw and catch.
So now here with 7:59 left in the fourth quarter, Kaiser kind of extending that lead out a little bit here against Washington, now up 55-28.
After such a quick-paced, high-scoring third quarter there, we kind of got into the fourth quarter and things slowed down a little bit, but Kaiser turned on the afterburners a little bit there and got a nice long pass play. And I got to tell you, I am, impressed with the way that Kaiser has infused the passing game into their repertoire of plays. Even not just the long passes. I mean, the long passes have been there also, but the little hitch passes, little screens and outs, and taking advantage of the speed that they have.
So now, because of the penalty, kickoff's going to be moved up. Ball will be kicked off from the 45 on the opposite end of the field.
So Griffin Price from Washington got to kick it from the 45 of Kaiser and send it out the back of the and Kaiser goes with an onside kick.
They go with that quick squib. That's such a deceptive thing. You don't really see all too often where they're essentially breaking a huddle, and instead of widening out to line up for the kick, they just go straight from that and go into the kick.
Right.
I mean, you don't see that very often, especially. I mean, at least at in college or NFL, you definitely don't see anything like that. But just up until today, this is the first time I've really seen that type of setup from even the high school level.
Right. Right. That was the First People's Community Federal Credit Union kickoff.
Motion man is Robel. Snap back to Amore. Tries to make a little move.
Ooh.
And Gabe Ryan.
Play to the whistle. Play to the whistle.
Absolutely. Hey, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
Yeah, that's right.
That time Gabe said, I want to be the hammer. Snap back to Amore. He keeps it. He tries to bounce it out and wrapped up. Caden Youngblood in there to wrap it up behind the line.
This fourth quarter is being brought to you by Health Matters Urgent Care. Make sure you check them out if you need any urgent care needs in Bel Air, in the Bel Air Plaza, right outside the Bel Air Plaza.
Snap back to Amore. Pressure from Zion Powell. And he is taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Dre Allen getting in there.
Amore's had a heck of a game and done a lot of running, but I think we can really see he's just starting to run out of steam. He's playing on both sides of the ball, too, and Kaiser running that quick offense keeps the defense running a lot.
Yeah.
And then to turn right back around and be the guy that's running a lot on offense also is just...
Well, I mean, even if you look at the depth, if you look at a wide angle and you see the, 30-plus kids that you have on the Kaiser sideline versus, they got maybe 10, yeah. 10 maybe 10 players on that Washington sideline. So they're a team that has to play both sides all game long. Trainer Chuck Barrick making his way out onto the field. Give him a little recognition. Now lone man back to receive the kick is Zion Powell. Snap is back and the kick is off. And it is a dud.
We do have a final score out of Berkeley Springs. Frankfort defeats Berkeley Springs 41-0. The other Mineral County team in action tonight.
Penalty on the play. See what the referee's determination is here.
A holding against Kaiser.
So the holding the receiving team will kind of aid that the bad punt there and back Kaiser up a little bit back to the opposite side of the 50.
And as we mentioned earlier, Hampshire, it's a final now. Out of Hampshire County, defeated Buchanan Upshur 58-6. That's Hampshire's first win of the season.
Okay, so now Kaiser starting off here at the 47-yard line. Handoff inside.
Got some new
Number 24,
jerseys.
Chase Evans there.
A couple clean jerseys coming in there with the big lead in the fourth quarter there. So some guys coming off the bench and getting a little bit of action there.
Gavin Root coming out now. Seth Healy coming in place.
And Martinsburg has lost to Spring Valley 22-20.
Sounds like that was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Healy back. Handoff to number 2, Benny Oates. Lowers the shoulder. Benny Oates gets the first down on the play. Thomas Wogan a little slow to get up on that play.
Yeah. You don't have much time to recover and catch your breath when you got a line right back up against the tornado.
Seth Healy takes a snap, fumbles the snap. Manages to get the handoff on the play to Anthony Mealy. So turn something from nothing there, recollect that snap, and get the handoff to Anthony Mealy on the play, who gains about 4. Motion man is Benny Oates. Handoff to Chase Evans. And Evans is swallowed up after a gain of about 3 yards.
We got a shift penalty against Kaiser here.
Illegal shift on the play.
Kaiser hurried up and ran out and got on the ball. Okay, Kaiser hurried up and got out there on the ball to try to run a play, and they got to wait till they back him up 5 yards first because Washington did take the penalty.
That high tempo, they're moving faster than the referees are at this point.
They are. Yeah.
One receiver out wide to the left. Seth Healy back. Handoff to the motion man, number 14, Seth Sines.
That's a good run.
Seth Sines with a nice run on the play. Will be a gain of about 9.
You got some of the second-string Kaiser guys out there running hard against mostly first-string against the Washington team. They don't really have a lot of bench players over there.
Handoff now to Mealy. Doesn't find much on the play. Might have enough for the first down. And still just short of the first down. Kaiser staying out there, though. Motion man. Hand off to Chase Evans, who is swallowed up in the backfield.
Got an end blitz coming there, and or just an unblocked end. Nobody was there to stop him, and he came right in.
So with that, it'll be a turnover on down since Kaiser wasn't able to get that 4th and short. Washington will take over at the 32-yard line.
About 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter is brought to you by Health Matters Urgent Care in Bel Air.
I tell you what, we got this window open, and you can kind of start to feel a nice little breeze coming in here from the night air. It's really starting to feel like fall out here now.
It is.
Amore going to, snap to the inside back. Fleming. A little bit of a deception to there on that play. Snapped it to the inside back there of Fleming.
A little jawing going on out there, and cooler heads prevail, but
have a gain of about 6 or 7 on that play. Washington coming back out. One receiver out wide to Amore's right. Motion man is Robel. Amore's going to keep it and try to bounce it out wide.
He's got some blockers.
And Amore got to the edge, but Kaiser quickly ran to the ball. It'll be a first down for Washington.
We're bringing in the entire second-string defense here.
Yeah, now we got a mass sub coming in. Get these younger guys a little bit of work.
That's right.
Amore's going to keep it and try to bounce it out wide.
He's got some blockers. Get these guys in
and
here,
Amore
some
got
work
to the edge, but Kaiser quickly
so they'll have,
ran to the ball.
Some games under their belt. And
it'll be a first down for Washington
next season.
And bobbled snap by Wogan.
As many times as they've snapped that entire second-string defense, the first time they've actually
and now we got a mass sub coming in.
The ball there.
Get these younger guys a little bit of work. Wogan had to kind of bounce it out wide for that one to recollect it. But when Amore got to the edge, but Kaiser quickly ran to the ball.
Some games under the belt.
It'll be a first down for Washington.
Next season.
And so now we got about a 2nd and 18 on the play. And Wogan is swallowed up.
Not a whole lot going on that play.
Anthony Mealy on the tackle. Yeah, it's good to see them get some reps to the younger guys, from the youth level through middle school, and even now, these young freshmen and sophomores that don't really get a whole lot of playing time. This is a perfect time for them to kind of get some reps in.
Right, and like we said, they're still playing against mostly first-string guys. It's not, Washington doesn't have a whole lot of backups to bring in, so these guys are getting first-string reps.
And Wogan's going to bounce it out. Nice shoestring tackle on the play by number 3, Jack Stanzlowski. So as we wind down here with 1:20 left in the game, Kaiser still up 55, Washington 28. Washington lineups out here in 4th down. Amore trying to bounce it out and gets out of bounds after the contact with number 25, Josh Wheeler. And I tell you, just as you were saying, man, he just doesn't have that next gear right now going late into this game.
I did notice he was sitting out on defense, so maybe trying to get him a little bit more rest. But, yeah, he's been playing a lot, doing a lot of running.
So now with a 1st and 10, here's Washington coming back out. Snap to Amore, inside handoff. To number 25, Bryson Fleming.
Yeah, we had a pretty blazing first 3 quarters of this game. Then once we got to the fourth quarter and the score was a little bit more defined. Things kind of slowed down a little bit, and I think that Washington's content to just sort of run what they got to run here and regroup and look.
And Wogan takes a snap, and Wogan bounces it out. He has a blocker. He might be able to walk this one in, and he does. Touchdown, Thomas Wogan.
28 yards.
Washington playing into the Washington touchdown.
We do kind of have a basketball score up there. This has been a very offensive heavy game here. We've seen some good defense, but the offenses have kind of stole the show for both.
A lot of big plays on both ends.
A lot of big plays.
As we line up here for the extra point. And the kick is good. Griffin Price converts the kick with 23 seconds left in the game. Kaiser 55, Washington 35.
And as we're getting towards the end of the broadcast here, we want to make sure to thank our sponsors, the Belt Group, for providing us with the power for our production bus and helping us to keep our broadcast running on the air here. And also our integration of the scoreboard from Wheelhouse Academy. Thank you guys for sponsoring this broadcast. And also want to mention this fourth quarter, this is almost over. This is brought to you by Health Matters Urgent Care in Bel Air.
There's some of the scores locally. Moorfield edging out Tucker County. Hampshire putting it to Buckhannon Upshur. And Frankfort handling Berkeley Springs soundly. I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to that matchup, Kaiser Frankfort this year. It's going to be a really good game.
I agree.
Between both of these high-powered offenses.
Yeah, that should be a really fun game. That could be another, really offensive display as well.
So Kaiser looks like they're trying to figure out their hands team for this go. Got everybody kind of playing up, expecting a onside kick, it seems like.
Is that Frankfurt game, is that in short cap or is that here? I have not looked at the schedule.
One game at a time, Matt. And Griffin Price lines up for this kick here. And he just kind of pooches it there to the open part of the field. Zion Powell will collect it. And he's jogging his way and shakes off a couple of tackles. He's still kind of going there. And finally gets dragged out of bounds. Zion carried about 4 or 5 people with him out of bounds on that play.
I think he was trying to run the clock out on that kickoff return, and that kickoff was brought to you by First People's Community Federal Credit Union. But, it was about a 10-second long struggle there with the ball.
We just received information that the Frankfurt game will be away. So that will be a fun game over there in Short Gap.
And we got an injured player over there on the sideline. The guys are all taking a knee. And the trainer is in the way. I can't really get a number for you. A lot of bodies flying around trying to tackle Zion Powell on that, and someone got wrapped up in it. Looks like 66. Look for him earlier.
And as we go here for possibly the final snap of the game, handoff to number 3, Seth Signs, as it looks like the clock is just going to run out here. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your ball game. The Kaiser Golden Tornado moved to 2-1 on the year as they edge out the Washington Patriots 55-35.
Yeah, a lot of offense in this game. A lot of, Kaiser showing us a lot of different looks as far as, who can get the ball and who they're going to hand off to. And like we've said, in a high-scoring game like that, it wasn't just one guy doing all the work out there. And you've got 5 different guys scored touchdowns, and that's a pretty good job of sharing the wealth. And defensively, yeah, you let some points go, but ultimately, as long as you can score more points than
the other team, you win.
You win. So if you're going to give up 35 but score 55, then you're doing okay.
So we don't have actual statistics on us right now,
right?
But we did kind of keep track of the scores, and with that, I think we almost have to give the player of the game to Mr. Dre Allen. Had 4 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, and we saw some guys like Van Pelt had some shifty runs out there, and Bradfield had some really good receiving plays out there. But yeah, Dre Allen, when they needed that hard run and they needed that pin ball out there to bust through and make some plays happen, he did a really good job. So I do think that we would point towards Dre Allen as having at least the offensive player of the game. I think we got to give a nod to Gabe Ryan on defense, and just you called his name a lot at the beginning of the game, and we were commenting on he didn't give up on any play. A lineman, once a play gets to the secondary, linemen can sometimes just sort of, just kind of give up on it, and he was chasing the plays down. So if we're doing offense and defense, I'd like to give Gabe Ryan my defensive nod.
Yep, definitely. So I wanted to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors for tonight's game. And on behalf of Allegheny Media, I'm Christopher Welch. This is my partner, Matt Shipway, and we bid you guys a good night. Go Golden Tornado.
Buying an automobile isn't supposed to be hard. Hi, I'm Fred Timbrook Jr., and at Timbrook Automotive, we make car buying easy. When you buy from us, you can expect your experience to be transparent and stress-free. For your convenience, we have locations in Cumberland, Oakland, and Kaiser, which means you can get the finest cars at the lowest prices close to home. Visit us today at any of our locations to experience the Timbrook difference, or shop online at timbrook.com. Buying an
Hi, I'm Logan Del Signor, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Hometown Realty in Kaiser, West Virginia. I've been with Coldwell Banker for 3 years now, servicing West Virginia and Western Maryland. I've helped dozens of people and families find their perfect home in West Virginia. Isn't it time we found yours? So give me a call, shoot me a text, or look me up online. West Virginia is a beautiful place. Isn't it time you realized your dream and almost